up, you guys out there? It's Ben Zinn with Next Level Guitar. Thanks for checking out this lesson. Today we're going to bring you 5 iconic slide guitar licks for standard tuning, and we're going to feature them over a great jam track today. Going to have a lot of fun and just give you guys some tools to work with for your slide guitar playing. So let's go ahead and jump right in and talk about what we're going to be playing over, how we're going to be sliding around, and demonstrate some of these licks. So over this track, we're thinking an E minor bass track. I have my slide here, and what I want to do is break down 5 individual slide guitar licks that you can start to apply yourself over this jam track. Hey, one thing I do want to mention, please subscribe to our channel. Just hit the subscribe button, and if you like the video, give us a thumbs up down below, and hey, let us know what you're thinking about content, what we can bring to you. Ask us questions. We love engaging with you guys down below. Of course, it's YouTube, so all you gotta do is just leave a comment down below. Let us know what you're thinking. We sure do appreciate it. Now, one of the first ones that I want to go over here is a really classic slide guitar lick, and it goes something like this. So what I love about this is it's something that you can kind of start playing and start repeating, and it's a great little motif. If you can use that in any situation, it's a really good go-to for slide guitar playing. So our jam track is in the key of E minor, so my thought process here is to start out with an E note. So I have my slide over the fret wire of the E note at the 9th fret of the G string. So that's where I'm going to start out, and what I'm going to immediately do is play that note and slide down a whole step. So you get this sort of quick descending vibe happening, right? So what we're going to do, the trick to this lick is getting the slide back up to the 9th fret of the 4th string, that's a B note, without making too much string noise, right? So if you watch the right hand, you know, a lot of times when we play slide guitar, we want to play it fingerstyle so that we can deaden some of our surrounding strings, and that's what I'm doing here. When I pluck that first note on the 3rd string, I'm using my index finger, and I have my thumb and my middle finger shielding the adjacent strings so that I'm not going to make noise as I slide around. So what makes this lick work is a quick movement back up to that 9th fret, and then I play that with my thumb. So really it's a 3-note lick, and you're just going to repeat it a whole bunch, you know, vary up the phrasing and so forth. A lot of times if you want to finish it off with like the root note of the key, the E, and just kind of wiggle it, add some vibrato, I think that's a great way to top it off. So same lick, when the jam track switches chords to B minor, you can just start it from B and play the exact same concept. Okay, so you have 2 licks there. One lick, but double the mileage, right? So you can use it over both chords. Our next lick is going to feature a little bit more movement. Also a great lick. You know, we're doing all this in standard tuning. Sometimes people think you have to go into open tuning to play slide guitar. I say bah humbug. I say let's just go for it in standard. Of course, both ways are great. But in this example, what we're going to do is we're going to slide up to the 12th fret of strings 2 and 1. Okay, so the lick is going to start out with like a gliss up into the 12th fret, so you're going to just pick any random spot. Doesn't have to be anywhere. You just want to end on the 12th fret. You can go from all the way down here. You can go from, you know, go from lower, or you could go from not quite as far away, I should say. Okay, so we're going to execute those 2 notes. That's just 12th fret on strings 2 and 1. Now we're going to descend, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick half-step slide from the 11th fret to the 10th fret to the 8th fret, and then end up right here. Now I want to point out the way I get separation in those notes is in between. I'm using my first finger to deaden the string. Okay, so that's our second lick. Our third iconic slide lick, this is more of a device that you can use. It's really great across multiple different ways of playing. but it's using power chords. So before we started out playing the double 12th fret here, and we played them separately. Well, if you pluck both of those together, you've got a power chord up in your high strings, and that sounds really great for slide guitar playing. Add a little bit of vibrato in with that, and you're really cooking there. So now I can start to use that as a device to put together licks. I can slide into that, move from power chords that are away from my target location, my E chord here. And again, when the jam track switches to the second chord, the B minor chord, we can apply it to a B minor power chord. So we can kind of move through the track depending on what chord the jam track is on. So power chords over the jam track, switching chords with the jam track. Let's take a moment and talk about that jam track, by the way. We have this great jam track. We want to apply our licks over the tracks. And what we've done is we want to give that track for you guys to download. All you have to do, if you click on the link that you see down below, we have the jam track we're using in this lesson, plus 5 additional jam tracks, all in different keys, different styles, different tempos. So you can really get a lot of mileage out of playing over these jam tracks and practicing these concepts. So we have 6 in total great jam tracks that we want to give to you guys, as well as 2 written lessons in ebook form, and all you have to do is just click on the link that you see down below. So building on the last idea where we had more than one string involved at a time, we can also, in addition to playing power chords, we can play full minor triads, and it works really great over this track because you have what amounts to basically an E minor to a B minor chord progression. So what's great about playing slide in standard tuning is you can get these minor triads on strings 1, 2, and 3. So if I play the 12th fret at strings 1, 2, and 3, I get an E minor chord. And I love that sound in standard tuning. You can use that as a jumping off point, either all of the notes at once or plucked individually as a launching point for some other melodic slide playing. So there's a nice little lick that you can do. It's just up the minor triad and then up the scale on the first string, up the minor scale. Okay, and then you can throw in this little... So that little move there I think is fun to do on slide. You play a note, you do a quick slide up a half step and then slide back. And then down to your root note. When you hear great slide players play, they do this vocal-like inflection, and I think that's one of the keys to unlocking that sound, is getting those quick little slides in tune and in time. So in the spirit of playing through the changes, you can do the same thing over the B minor chord. Our last example, let's build on that idea of the quick little half-step slide. I think that's kind of a fun way to move through when playing slide over a jam track. In this lick, kind of more of a blues scale lick. So what I'm doing is I'm hesitating on the 10th fret note here, and then I'm sliding up a half step and then sliding right back. And then sliding right down a whole step. So really that's another device that you can kind of think about using when you're sliding over a jam track, is using that quick little shoot up, shoot back down. I think it's kind of a fun way to play. So there we have 5 different iconic slide guitar licks that we can use over the jam track. So now let's take these licks and show them to you over the context of the jam track. And hey, once again, if you want the jam track plus 5 more and the 2 written lessons in ebook form, just click on the link that you see down there below. We're going to send all that stuff to you. Once again, this is Ben Zinn, nextlevelguitar.com. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. So lick number 1 we have here. Over the other chord too. So if you want to repeat that more, you can. You can make it your own, you know. Lick number 1, moving on, our second example. Ascending and descending. We can play it over the other chord as well. Our third lick, our third device rather, using those power chords, right? So for this one, target the chord tone and just try moving around with your slide. E minor, C. Okay, building on that, our fourth example, we use the minor triads, right? So that's just adding one more string in, adding the third string. To that once you got that down. Our fifth example is that quick little half step slide. We kind of did that in the last example too, but that quick little up and down. So really that's